All right, let's talk about a few little words in English that can be surprisingly tricky. Myself, yourself, and the whole self family. You've seen them, you've used them, but are you using them right? We're going to jump right in and clear up all the confusion. Okay, so let's just dive right into the deep end with this puzzle. You've probably scratched your head over this one before. Why does one of these sentences sound perfectly fine, while the other sounds kind of off? They both seem to be about you doing something to you, right? Well, by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly why. So the secret, it all comes down to these things called reflexive pronouns. And the key word here is reflexive, just like a reflection in a mirror. The idea is simple. The action of the sentence bounces right back. The person doing the thing is also the person getting that thing done to them. They're the subject and the object. So who are these guys? Let's meet the whole crew. For pretty much every personal pronoun you can think of, I, you, he, she, it, there's a matching reflexive pronoun ready to go.
And here they are. You can see how this works, right? It's super logical. I gets myself, he gets himself. And watch this. When you get to the plural ones, the ending changes from self to selves. So we becomes ourselves, and they becomes themselves. It's a really consistent pattern once you lay it all out.
Okay, so what's their main job? What do they actually do? Well, their number one gig is to be that mirror we were talking about, to show the action of the verb is bouncing right back to whoever started it. And you see these pronouns pop up all the time with certain verbs, like the ones on this list. And it makes perfect sense, right? You can teach yourself to play guitar. You can accidentally hurt yourself at the gym. Or you can introduce yourself at a party. The action always comes full circle. This is a fantastic example. Think about it. Who enjoyed? We did. And who did we enjoy? Ourselves. The action of enjoying is reflected back on us. If you just said, we really enjoyed on holiday, it feels like something's missing. Enjoyed what? That little word, ourselves, catches the action and makes the sentence complete. But wait, there's more. They have this other really cool trick they can do. You can use these same words to add a little punch, a little emphasis, to make it super clear that somebody did something all on their own. So let's start with a basic sentence. Totally normal. We painted the house. It's a fact. It tells you what happened. Nothing more, nothing less. But what if we want to add a bit of flavor? See that? By tossing ourselves on the end, the whole vibe changes. It's not just a fact anymore. It's almost a boast. It's like saying, yeah, we did this and we didn't hire painters or get any help. Thank you very much. It adds that little bit of extra power. All right, now for another little secret, a special construction that totally changes the meaning. All you have to do is add one tiny little word, the word by, right before the pronoun. Just look at this sentence here. She learned to read all by herself. Now, this doesn't just mean she did it without assistance. It means something a little more specific, a little more profound. And here's the dead simple formula for it. When you see by plus a reflexive pronoun, it's basically a shorthand for alone or unaccompanied. So she learned to read alone. He went to the movies by himself. It's an incredibly neat and efficient way to talk about doing something solo. Now for the fun stuff. This is where the rules get a little weird. Like so much in language, these pronouns have worked their way into common sayings and idioms where that original mirror meaning gets bent into a new shape. You've heard this a million times, right? At a party or a meeting. When someone says this, they're obviously not telling you to, provide assistance to your own person. It's just a fixed, polite phrase that means, go on, serve yourself, take some. And here's another classic you hear all the time. It's one of the first things you might say to a guest. You're not telling them to literally construct a dwelling. It's a warm invitation to just relax and be comfortable. And this one, any parents or teachers in the audience will know this one well. You could just yell, behave. But adding yourselves targets it directly at a group of people. It's a firm, fixed command that just means act properly, you guys. Okay, so we've covered all the ways to use them correctly. Now let's talk about the number one trap people fall into. This is going to take us right back to that puzzle we started with. And here we are, the big reveal.
In English, we just don't use reflexive pronouns for everyday routine actions that you obviously do to your own body. Things like washing, dressing, getting ready, or shaving. It's just assumed you're doing it to you. Adding myself is redundant. It's extra information we don't need, and it just sounds unnatural.
So, let's wrap this all up. What's the main thing to remember? It's really this simple. Use these little self words when you need to reflect an action back, like, I taught myself. Use them when you need to add that extra emphasis, like, she fixed the car herself. But just skip them for the everyday stuff, like washing your hands or brushing your hair. And there you have it, reflexive pronouns. Hopefully a lot less mysterious now. It kind of makes you wonder, right? Language is full of these weird little mirrors. Now that you've seen this one, what other parts of grammar make you think, that's reflecting something back to the person speaking? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.